Hello again, my little conscripts, and welcome to another Mordian Glory video. In today's episode, I want to talk to you about the best painting event on the whole internet. Probably. Are you someone with a huge pile of shame and you need an excuse to get painting? Are you someone who's struggling with motivation in the face of yet another hobby project? Or are you a new player to tabletop wargaming and you're looking to join a community and have some fun? Well, good news everyone, for I am excited to announce the launch of the third annual painting event, Trooping the Colour, for the Mordian Glory community. And if all of this sounds exciting and you want to get involved, well, you know what? Without further ado, let's dive right into this.
Attention guardsmen, the Commissariat has detected you have not yet liked this video. Do so immediately or else you will face the Emperor's wrath. And anyone who has not yet subscribed to the channel will be transferred to the penal battalions. That is all. Move out!
So Trooping the Colour, or TTC for short, is the annual painting event that I run in the Mordian Glory Discord. How it works is each participant will make a series of painting vows. Each one of these vows will consist of a number of unbuilt or unpainted models that the player vows to get done before the end of the event. And generally speaking, we're open to almost any models being painted, whether it's Warhammer 40k, Age of Sigmar, Old World, or Bolt Action, or Horus Heresy. And don't worry if you have models that don't fit into any of those main game systems, we'll come up with some kind of ad hoc points value for it to keep it all equals pequals. Maybe you've got a Blood Bowl team, maybe it's 4 goblins or greenskins. If that's the equivalent of 10 or so orcs and goblins in Old World or Warhammer 40k, you can just use those points values instead. We don't really mind what models they are. The main focus of this is to help you paint and be motivated to slay the Grey. Hell, we've even allowed people to vow things like Legions Imperialis and Epic Waterloo. We've just eyeballed how many models are there, roughly how long we think it would take for someone to paint that, how much effort they'd have to put in, and then we've given it a 100, 200 or 300 point value. Whatever it is that you have decided to paint, the next step is to then make the vow. Now you do this by joining one of the available teams. These teams are preset and they're themed around Imperial Guard regiments, whether it's Mordians or Talan or Catachan. We've even got like Elysian drop troops and penal legionnaires. Now to be clear, you don't have to paint Cadian models for the Cadian team. These are just some preset teams based around classic guard regiments just for a bit of fun and flavour. I myself paint a lot of Mordian Iron Guard, but I've joined all sorts of different teams over the different events. I've done my stint in the Penal Legion, I've done a bit for the Heretics, the Genestealer Cult, and sometimes I even paint for the Mordians. One thing to mention is once you've picked your team, that is the team you will be part of for the whole event. So what I recommend you do is you have a look around the different team channels in the Discord and find a community that you kind of vibe with. Or if you just know you're going to want to paint for the Mordians or know you're going to want to paint for the Vestorians, for example, then just join that team. Some teams are really large. Traditionally, like the Krieg and the Cadian teams tend to have dozens of players on them. But if you feel like that might be a bit big and busy for you, then join one of the traditionally more quieter teams like the Steel Legion or the Talan. Whatever your vibe, I guarantee you will find a team and a community that you can join and will be right for you. So you've got the models that you want to paint and you've picked your team. How do you make a vow? Well, the first thing to do is to take a picture of the models before you have painted them. Now, these models can be anything from brand new in box, new on sprue, or even built. And we do allow models up to and including ones that have been primed. And yes, that does include a zenithal highlight if you are someone that wants to do slap chop. So you could just take a picture of a box of models and say, this is what I am going to build and paint. Or you could have your models built and primed and those would still count. The key thing is here that the models are at most prepared for the main painting process, but you haven't actually started getting the brush out and applying all the different layers and all the different shades and highlights. Nothing like that. As long as at most they are primed, models can be vowed. Once you've got the picture of the models that you want to paint, head on over to your team's TTC Vows channel and post the picture there with details of what you are painting and how many in-game points it is worth. So for example, I might take a picture of a couple of Imperial Guard squads and a command squad and go, I, Mordian, rise to the challenge of the TTC and vow to paint 2 Guardsman squads and a command squad for the Mordian Iron Guard. This is worth a total of let's say 200 points. I think for Cadians it'd be like 185 points. This is worth a total of 185 points. I vow to get these done before the end of the event. If I fail to do so, then I will bear the mark of an oath breaker. And to add a little bit of spice and stakes to the event, once a vow is made, it is locked in and it cannot be changed at a later date. Because of this, some people like to make vows that are little and often. Maybe they'll vow a couple of squads one time, a couple of tanks the next time, something which they know they'll be able to manage. However, some people like to live dangerously and they will make huge, grandiose vows which really challenge their ability to paint a lot of models and paint them well. Speaking of painting them well, the minimum accepted quality of a model in this event is GW's Battle Ready. Now that means if you're using contrast paint that you have to use at least 3 colors and the model needs to be based as well with some kind of texture paint. If you're using traditional paints, that means you'll need to use at least 3 colors and we also expect you to use at least 1 shade as well. Also, your model needs to be based. Now, while these are the minimum requirements, I do encourage players to push their limits. This is a good opportunity to not only slay the grey, but also improve your skills as a painter. Models that are particularly well painted by each team will be potentially displayed in a future video on this channel, because I always do a video announcing the event, I do a mid-event video, and then we do a video at the end of the event declaring who the winners are, going through how each team did. So if you paint your models particularly well, there's a good chance that it'll get picked up and used in that end of event video, and people will be able to see the amazing paint work that you've done. So it's not just about quantity, there's also a motivation for quality as well. Once you have painted all the models that make up your vow, you'll need to take another picture, and you'll need to post that picture in your team's TTC Completed Vows channel on the Discord. Doing this lets the event organizers know that you have completed the models before the deadline, and then your vows points total will not only be added to your own personal points total, but also to your team's points total. So for example, like I said before, if I paint 2 squads of Cadians and a Cadian command squad, that would add 185 points to my personal total, and more importantly, it would add 185 points to my team total. And at the end of the event, the team with the most points painted will be declared the winner. And you know what? That's about it. Once you've made one vow and completed it, you can move on to your next vow and work on that as well. And each player can make a total of 5 vows, and each one of those vows can be a maximum of 5,000 points. Meaning that over the course of the event, if you absolutely maxed out every single vow, you could paint up to 25,000 points, although we've not had anyone reach that limit yet. But that just about covers everything. There are a whole bunch of other rules, but we do have a rules pack that explains all of the ins and outs about what can be painted, things covering third-party models, 3D printing, scratch builds, all that kind of stuff. And you can find a link to that rules pack down in the description below. But remember, the rules pack is like the Pirate's Code. It's more of a guideline. If you've got something that you want to paint that doesn't quite fit within the rules pack or within the guidelines, talk to one of the event organizers and we'll try and figure something out to give you a good excuse to paint the thing you want to paint. Of course, we can't say yes to everything, but we'll always try our best to accommodate you. Now, I know the big question that many of you are going to have at this juncture, many of you are curious about joining, is how do I get into the Mordian Glory Discord? And full disclosure, to join the Discord, you do need to be a paying member, whether that's a YouTube member or a Kick or Twitch subscriber or a Patreon. But before you turn off, bear with me 1 second. Firstly, membership to the Mordian Glory community is £2 a month. It's not a lot. I know for some people £2 a month is probably more than they want to spend, and I appreciate and I respect everyone's financial situation is different, but it's £2 a month, which is £3 less than the average on YouTube. That's not an introductory offer. That's not something to try and hook you in. It's £2 a month, and it's always been £2 a month. If you're still not convinced by that, then I recommend you join one of my live streams. The reason for this is we have a very generous live stream community. Dozens of gifted memberships get handed out every single day, thanks to the incredible efforts of the MG live stream community. If you join on Kick or Twitch or YouTube and you get a gifted membership, that fully qualifies you to join the event for the duration. And to give you an idea of how generous the MG community is, we have had people who have been joining the live streams as a regular for a full year, and they've never had to pay for their own membership because people are just always gifting them out. A lot of people, when they get it gifted, they also pay it forward and all that kind of stuff. So I cannot encourage you enough. I cannot recommend it enough. If you're curious about it, but you want to try before you buy, join one of the live streams, and inevitably you'll pick up a gifted membership, and then you'll be able to try out the Discord and see if it's for you. And if you do and you want to stick around after that, then sweet, you can go over to being a paying member, or you can just keep joining the live streams and keep getting those gifted memberships. But I think I've rattled my tin cup enough there. I've shilled enough there. So this is where we will leave the video. Hope you guys are looking forward to the TTC. If you have any questions whatsoever, then please get them down in the comment section below, and I will do my best to get back to you. If you enjoyed today's video, then don't forget to go ahead and smash that like button. And if you want to keep updated on how the event goes, then make sure you subscribe to never miss an episode. Would you like to know more? If so, then please consider becoming a channel member or patron. By supporting the channel, not only will you be doing your part, but you'll also be helping me create more content for your viewing pleasure and unlocking a whole host of perks. You get everything from a badge next to your name, custom emojis, but the big one is access to the Mordian Glory Discord server, an online community with almost 2,500 active members. It's always popping off in the MG Discord. We've got channels for army lists, hobbying, tactics, stories, and even a pretty spicy meme section as well. For all you greenhorns that wanted to see the Mordian glory hole, today is your lucky day. And joking aside, I do want to say a massive thank you to all of the current channel members and patrons. You guys are amazing. Truly the lifeblood of the channel. I could not do Mordian Glory full-time without the incredible and generous support of my members. So thank you guys so much. And last but certainly not least, I want to say a personal thank you to all of my top tier Patreons. These are the War Masters, the people who have truly gone above and beyond the call of duty. So a heartfelt thank you to Alex Dengal, Bonbon Vert, Lord Pryor, Mark Panconi, RJ Scorpion, Swordfish Trombone, Try Again Bragg, John Stubbs, Nick Walsh, Diesel Fox, and August Barney. Seriously guys, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Your support is incredible and it makes a huge difference. Thank you so much. That's all for now. Hope you've all enjoyed today's video, and of course, as always, see you guys next time.